good to see everybody. Welcome. Welcome to PraiseTracks.com, home of the Skycam and joyful sounds and joyful journeys. You just got to take a little time to kind of unwind and get things going, because this is going to be a very special time together with our very special guest, Maxime Luft, and just so honored to have him with us today. We're going to give him plenty of time to talk about iconic violin and answer some of your questions. We might even give a couple away, so just stay tuned. And of course, just you guys are my eyes and ears, so help me make sure audio and video is good, and we'll just have a wonderful, joyful journey together. New shirt, and still playing the Casio PXS 7000. Their Hamburg brand. I've just been enjoying just using this kind of like as my main controller for a little bit. Let's just turn it the New York Steinway and just see what happens with that. Just to kind of brighter. Okay. And the backing tracks, of course, are for my good friends at Dick's Music Studio. I just love having these warm-up times just to kind of help shake the jitters off a little bit and kind of just kind of cool everything down. Again, this is Simeon from PraiseTracks.com, and welcome everybody. Man, yeah, it's Untuck It, Steph. So I like the Untuck It shirts. They just kind of are very comfortable and kind of work for me. So joyful sounds and everything's great. Wow, and so lots of things going on. And today, normally I just seem like I bite off so much more than I can chew, but it's like we just want to make sure we're going to have plenty of time to focus on what I think is going to be a really special time talking to Maxime about not only iconic violin, but also his journey, his joyful journey, Yeah, even, I say joyful journey, and it's like it doesn't mean that everything is going great all the time, but even when things are not going like we want them to, then we still have to have joy, because we know we're going to eventually get on the other side of it. So that's a good way to, at least that's how I see it. And Chewy's here, standing guard, and just in case anything happens here. So, all right, praise the Lord. So we're going to get going here. And so, a lot of you are familiar with Maxime's work with organic samples and with, some of the things he's done with orchestral tools. And this is a real exciting, new venture that he's started with launching a new company, StreamTech Music, as well as this premier instrument, iconic violin. And so, we're just not going to waste any more time, but make sure you use the link in the description to sign up for the Wheel of Fun, because later on we're going to be giving away iconic violin to one of you guys that have registered. And thank you to Maxime for providing those for us and providing the library for me, first of all, to play and experiment with. So I'm looking forward to it. Wow. Okay, here we go. Are you ready for this? Hang on. And then also, we'll give you opportunity to ask some questions in the chat. And I'm going to try to watch the chat as well. And so, after we kind of talk a little bit, then if you've got any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, and we'll just see what we can do to answer those. So um, here we go. Are you ready? Let's go on a joyful journey with Maxime Luft. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Are we still live? Are we still live? Okay. Are we still live? Oh, no. Okay, let's see. Are we still live? I accidentally hit on my Stream Deck the power down button. Okay, so are we still here? Are we still here? Maxime, can you hear me? Are we still here?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay, let's try this one more time. Yeah, I've got to move the power. So the system shutdown is right there, and it's like, okay, so you got to move it. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, this is live, guys. So let's try this one more time. I've got to just relax now. Here we go. Oh boy, here we go. And you get to hear the trailer again. So here we are. Here we are. I want everybody to welcome Maxime Luft to PraiseTreks.com and Joyful Journeys. And good to have you, Maxime. And sorry for that little interesting bump there, but that's the way life is.
Yeah, well, thanks to you. I mean, like, it's definitely an honor to be invited. I looked like many of your other shows, really, and it's when you start them here over in Europe, it's cool. It tends to be like quite late, like 9 p.m. But also like during the making of Iconic Violin, sometimes I watched your live stream. Sometimes I also commented and you reacted to it. I was like super happy about it. And yeah, so it's really an honor and a pleasure to be here. And I'm glad people seem to be interested in Iconic Violin. It's really new, as you said before. Like, this is a sort of like new endeavor, like for me, and a very personal project. So yeah, if there are some questions, I would just be happy to answer them here.
Okay, great. So what we'll do is let's just kind of talk about your journey. Let's just go back to how this all started for you. I mean, even before sampling, how were you introduced to music? How has music been a part of your life?
Sure. I've had like really I was very lucky to play the piano from a quite young age, starting at 5, and since then I was like, whether like classically trained, and I fell in love with Chopin and all the romantic era in a way, and but it was like always like alternating between this and sports, and I had quite a lot of different things where I had some fun with, and music was a big part of it as a child. And then with time, and at school I was like, I have to do something so later in life, and I was like, I was very interested in politics, also in sports, and also in music, and I was just like, music had this sort of magic that never really disappears. And yes, so starting from there, I was just I was more and more interested in music production with with computers. Basically, I was very astonished by what sample libraries can can enable people to do in their own studios, and it's still so this sort of like magical moment I still want to feel it every time when I play my libraries, but also like with any other libraries. I'm really passionate about them, and so yeah, there's this sort of like really inherent magic there. And so then I moved to Germany. I grew up in France, and my first city after going away from my hometown was in Germany, in Karlsruhe. And there they have like this quite they offer there's a university where they offer this music informatics bachelor degree, and I was like, that's like super interesting. And from there I started composing a lot, and like film music, trailer music. I worked with some trailer music labels and some production music labels. And at some point, like at the university, I had the big chance of meeting some of my good friends and musicians, like, and amongst others, Katja, who sung for Solar Opera and Eternal Vocals. And
Oh, wow.
it was just a way to kind of merge my sort of like passionate way of dealing with music and everything and technology, and merging it into a sort of like common project with her. And yeah, so that's kind of the way I went into sampling, because I was really passionate about tweaking the libraries and so on, like that I was working with. But I was like, I could try, I mean, in a very humble way, I could try to do something on my own. And from there, yeah, quite a lot of hours went into this endeavor. And yeah, so here we are. And now I just released Iconic Violin. And yeah, but like making music and, going to concerts is still, and also mixing and mastering music is still something that I still do. And I'm just really passionate about like having many different about working in the realm of music. I'm really passionate about this, and for me, sampling is a way to deal with this topic.
Yeah.
But not the
What was your very first sampled instrument? I mean, what was the very first thing that you sampled?
Well, the very first thing, I think it was like a sort of sort of like kitchen kind of thing, that made some nice noise. It was like from a sort of like very nice metal, and it's like, it's ringing out nicely, and I could just like sample it, and and then you just start to see the magic that there's there, that you capture sort of moment, and you drag and drop it into Kontakt very easily, and then you're like, wow, I can like store the library, and 1 week later I have completely forgotten to like having recorded this, because it goes so fast. But then it pushes you back into this moment, and and then like sampling has this magic of when you're able to have like different microphone positions, you can go back in time but shape the sound in a way, so you're making it alive. So this is something that I truly think is still something magical, like for any library, when you can like change the perspective and so on. Yeah.
Wow, that is great. So okay, so it started with organic samples. I guess that was your first sampling company. And then you did the solo opera, and then the pianos. I think you've got some pianos, or they're not necessarily traditional piano libraries in the sense that you would think. I think they're more like character type of things that you experimented with.
Yeah. I mean, like the thing is, I recorded both solo opera and the piano. It's just only like a staccato piano library. It's a very percussive, and it's by no means a deep sample piano, but it had like a really nice character to it. It's a Bösendorfer, and it was used for by many classical music students who all like the tone of it. And
that's cool.
And we did it like in parallel with the solo opera recordings, because I didn't have much time to do something else besides the solo opera project. So it's like, it's just gonna be a staccato library. I don't have like time to record sustains. So
Yeah.
so that's the way I started also like sampling something that is a bit more, the range is much, it's like with the voice you have to be very careful, but it's a kind of limited range. But with the piano, you cannot have like the same care with it. I mean, like there are so many notes and so many dynamic layers. You have to have some speed, because if you're spending like a whole month recording every note because you're taking care of each note, like we did during the solo opera recordings, then you're just gonna get mad, because the microphones have to stay at the same place every
Exactly.
time and so on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Nothing can move. It's like you've got to freeze that setup, because
yeah,
if you move a microphone just a little bit, then it throws everything. Everything is so interconnected; it throws everything off. Let's see
yeah.
if we can take a look at iconic violin and just kind of play through it. And as we play through it, you can talk about some of the characteristics of it. So. First of all, we've just got to say the interface is just so well done, and it's like I guess there's a company called Vogue. Is it Voger Designs that helped you with that a little bit?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I had like a draft which, had all the structure, all the main ideas, and I was like, it's kind of finished now.
Yeah,
But making it look, in a nice way, is something that I'm totally incapable of. So I reached out to them because they clearly are for me the best, and that they also had like some additional ideas, and so
yeah,
it was like back and forth,
that's
and yeah,
great.
and we ended up with this interface, and I must say I'm really really proud of how it came out in the end, because it's really, I don't like when technology goes into the creative, in the middle of the way of the creative process. I like when technology helps you going even faster with your ideas, and I think this interface basically makes it possible to go very fast from one point to another, and it's kind of easy to understand. I mean,
Yeah,
like, it's thought to be intuitive, and foremost it's designed from a musician's point of view, because I like making music. I'm not so much of a good programmer or designer or so on, but I'm much more, someone who enjoys making music, and I like when things go fast and you have like good sounds right at your fingertips, and you don't have like to look for the manual, and at
right.
page 26
Yeah,
has
because
written how to
yeah,
go
who
from
reads the
this
manual
extreme.
anyway? It's like
Yeah.
guilty. But yeah, sometimes you got to open it, but to have it right there is beautiful. Um,
Thank you.
okay, let's just jump into the legato, and we've got the dynamic control here, and that's on CC11, no, CC1. And then I'm going to go ahead and assign my CC11, I think. Yeah, I'm going to assign this one to this controls vibrato, correct? The depth of
Yeah, that's
vibrato.
it. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so we've got the dynamic, and then we've got the vibrato. So let's do this. Okay, it's still tied into CC expression too. Yeah, so I'm going to oh, never mind. Let's remove that. Okay, I'm going to put it here. There we go. So it still responds to CC11 expression, and then the dynamic on CC1, and then you can assign the vibrato. And this is what I love too, is that it responds to your velocity. So you go to the advanced, and you have the different types of legato that are switched with velocity. I think that is a fantastic performance. So you can play it soft, and you get that feedback on the GUI as well. There you go. You play it soft and you get that beautiful portamento. And yeah, watch that center display. When you go slow, it goes slow. And then when you go fast, it's adaptive. I think that is really beautiful. And it's intuitive, like what you said. That's lovely. That's lovely. And then we can turn the legato off and have just the sustains, which is nice. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Wow. So, okay, MIDI Wizard, are the double stops real? Oh, well, the double stops, I'm doing them right here. I guess. Because I've got the legato turned off. So, yeah, so everything, go ahead. Do you have any thoughts? I'm just kind of getting lost in the sound.
Yeah, I mean, like about the double stops. No, it's like every note is like individually sampled, and like with the sustains, you have like four different attacks for the vibrato samples and 3 different attacks for the non-vibrato samples. So this makes it like kind of, we try to have it like as versatile as possible, so you can kind of emulate some of those double stops, but also like when you like what I like to do is like when you press really hard on the keyboard, you have like the sort of like nearly as like a sort of staccato sound, but that then just goes like into a regular sustain. But we didn't program anything like with a fake a staccato. There's the overlay, for instance, but it was really important like just to have like how the player goes into the notes. I think this is something you cannot kind of replicate or just like program in a way. So yeah, this is why we have like these different attacks and dynamic layers. So yeah, even like using the sustains. I mean, I personally like using the sustains with the legato mode on the MOS, because it's it's then monophonic, and you kind of have these how to say sort of like natural way for player to play. But playing like with chords, thanks to these attacks and dynamic layers, makes it versatile enough. And this is for sure like a concept that I'm really looking forward to applying to other instruments, and also like maybe like grouped instruments.
Yeah.
I think there, like when you have for brass ensembles, I think this can be like really great.
Yeah, Steph had mentioned something about carrying this forward into like cello or viola
Yeah.
or bass. I I think that
Yeah,
would be
you
great.
know, like I should try to find some people who are kind of like-minded and who would join me to do this, because like, to be honest, like the violin was quite a task, to be honest. But I don't regret it. I mean, it was a very personal project, so I put like all my heart into it. I really have to say it, and so it kind of reflects the way I like sample libraries to behave. But for sure, when you have like so many articulations and so many things to do, and in I mean, like just the programming the engine, I'm by no means a good programmer, so it was also something that I'm kind of happy now that this engine will serve future projects as well. So for sure, the future ones are not gonna take this long to make.
Yeah, I think you've built a very solid foundation, and then you can just go and build more on top of that. And so
Yeah,
you don't have to rebuild the wheel every time.
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, and Owen Bolig is in the house. So yeah, Owen, yeah, we talked a little bit about Voger being involved in that design. So that's I've actually saw a couple of Instagram posts, referring to some of their thought process behind that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a beautiful design. Let's just see. Um, yeah, again, we're talking about the intuitiveness of this, that it responds to how you play, that you don't have to worry too much about, key switching and going through all of that. You just play, and it just, and just look at that feeling that. And keyboard players are notorious for just making very unrealistic. It's like the violin players and stuff going, "Oh my gosh, I could never," but it's those sounds that inspire. It just pulls things right out of you. This is just the legato patch, folks. I mean, yeah, this is just okay. And we've got, you've got 6 mic positions. We've got the spot mics and the outriggers on right now. And let's just see what we've got. I don't even think. Now, is there reverb in? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we don't even have reverb on. But we have the release tails, and this is something that I really found fascinating. So you hear the room sound in those release samples, in the release tails, and then you can go in and turn those off. So you can just make it very dry. Listen to that. Listen how. Just super dry. A lot of times you'll have the room baked into the instruments so much that it makes it hard to use it with other instruments. But yeah, you just really, that's a very great option to have. So this is with the release tails off, and let's turn them all the way back on. And you hear that beautiful decay of that the church that you recorded this in. That beautiful decay. But you can have it, or you can turn it off and use the reverb built in. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. Anything else you'd like to say about the legato before we kind of check out a couple more articulations?
Not really, except the fact that I mean, you just showed like the function with the release tails being able to make it like sound very dry. And maybe it might be a good transition to go to the other articulations, because it's also something that I did for the short notes. And obviously you have to kind of program it in a different way, because like for the release tails, you just say, okay, no release tails. Okay, there's no release tail samples, that's it. But like for the staccatos and pizzicatos, you just have to see like how long does a note last, because it's a couple of 100 milliseconds, and then you have to shut the sound down, really.
Yeah.
And so like the released tail slider, you can also bring it way back down to 0%, and then the staccatissimos are gonna sound like they've been recorded in a small studio vocal booth maybe. And
Wow.
yeah, so
Okay.
you can really play with the sound this way as well.
Let's try that. So I've got the spicatissimo with the release tails on, and you've got some beautiful round robins. Okay, now let's turn the release tails off, and oh my goodness, yeah. And then you can just split the difference. And again, just having the feedback about the different layers. Now let's go to the staccato. I don't know. Yeah, wow. Okay, I wanted to go down to this F here, and we can actually do that with we can actually extend the range just a little bit, which I think is great, because sometimes you're constrained, a little bit, and we can actually go up. Wow. Yeah, there's just something. There's some of this on there. It's just like, I guess you say, well, it's two things. It's passion and magic, and heart. Yeah, let's turn the release tails off some more. My Jane Austen is showing. Wow. Oh, man. Let's go to spiccato and do this. On July 13th, say boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Christmas in July. Wow. Wow. So let's see if we've got some questions. Wow. Man. Bravo. I mean, yeah. Bravo. I don't play a whole lot before we go on live stream. I do enough just to kind of get a flavor. But this is just beautiful.
You're way too kind. I mean, like it's it's the Vodja design who made a brilliant design. It's the violin player who played beautifully, and it's such of course, like the church builders who did like all these beautiful acoustics. And I'm just glad being able to bring all these talents in a way together. And then when everyone is so talented, and you're just like, okay, I'm just bringing it all together. I'm not doing much there. It's just trying to find a few some good combinations, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, and the thing is, it takes somebody that can do that, that can bring people together, that can bring a vision, sort of, so to speak, together, to have that heart to do that. And it's just like our bodies, Well, my pinky sometimes doesn't feel very important, but man, I sure would miss it if it wasn't there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we need each other. I think that's the beauty of music and community. And when you are involved in putting something like that together, I think most of us that are sitting in our studios and behind our keyboards, and we're just playing these beautiful sounds. Uh, it's like being able to talk to the developers, to Maxime, to you, and to say, there are people behind the code. There are so many individuals involved in this. I know that we sit through. I like sitting through the movie credits, and you watch those credits scroll up, and then you see maybe one or two names, and then all of a sudden, boom! You see hundreds of names coming up just to do the lighting on some of the shots. It's like, oh my gosh! So um, it takes all of us working together in our gift to create something beautiful. And I guess I love having these types of opportunities to have you and other developers on, just so people, the viewers, and you all of you could understand, um, that there is so much more that happens beyond what you're hearing, and to give an opportunity to show our appreciation to you for that. So, wow.
You don't have to.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 we do. Let's see. Let me just
Yeah.
browse through here. Um, okay, so David Siddell, um, and let's see. I am. He said, if you could sample any instrument in the world, what would it be?
Well, I guess something that I haven't sampled yet then. Good question.
Yeah.
Good question. Because I like, thinking in terms of instrument, but like also textures. I think one instrument, like for example, a violin can play in so many different styles, and it might be something totally different basically when you record it from this or that point of view. But I mean, it's very basic, but I think like some sort of like old super good sounding Steinway in a beautiful church,
Oh
that would
wow.
be awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm a piano player. It's and there's no legato involved, so that's a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
advantage
yeah.
as well. Because legato, it's it's. I mean, if it would be so, I mean, it's always something you have to make compromises with, because it's kind of so you're trying to basically cover all the different combinations that are possible between the notes, and it's obviously so much that you have to kind of have one approach and be very radical with it, but you cannot capture everything.
Yeah.
And I think like with pianos, you know it's just like it's really a matter of also of the player, but like I think much more of dynamic layers and the room you record it and with the microphones, and there you can like be like a bit more subtle with the way you try to make a virtual piano. So this is something that I just enjoy a lot, and I would really like to make this. This is a good idea. I mean, why
Yeah.
not doing this like next year maybe as a new StreamTech music
Yeah.
release?
That would be cool. Okay, so Justin, number of dynamic layers. We we love to talk about dynamic layers and stuff. So 5 in the spicatissimo. Yeah. So yeah. So just briefly hit that, like about the dynamic layers and under the hood.
Yeah. So it's like 5 for the most basic articulations, so sustain, spicatissimo, spiccato, staccato as well, and yeah. So that's it for the dynamic layers, and like for the pizzicatos, for instance, we have like 3 different dynamic layers plus a 4 plus I mean like 3 that are regular pizzicatos, and then we have the loudest dynamic layer. It's Bartok pizzicato.
Wow.
So it makes up to 4. And yeah, and for other articulations, like for the flautandos and sultasto, there it's like just 1 dynamic layer, because it's supposed to be very quiet.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, we are just really trying to focus on a single dynamic layer, and also to avoid like phasing issues, and
Okay.
and so the player can also really try to focus on one sound and try to be as consistent as possible. And yeah, so that's kind of the way we did it. And for all the swells and the pre-recorded dynamics, the crescendos, swells and sforzandos, it's just 1 dynamic layer as well there, because you're supposed, like the sound goes, obviously these are recorded dynamics, so they go naturally from very soft to very loud, and then for the swells they come back to soft. So it's something where it's quite difficult to make like the different dynamic layers. We have different lengths for those ones, so that's a way to kind of being flexible with them. And with the mod wheel, you can control the overall volume of those pre-recorded dynamics, so it's not as if it would be totally static. You can also like for the flautandos and so on, for the single dynamic layers, you can always use the mod wheel to shape the volume even more as you like.
Okay, so let's check out some of the pizzicatos. Okay, let's see. Let's make sure.
I think it's yeah, with the release tail at 0 still, isn't it?
Yeah, so let's go back to advanced, and yeah, I've got the release tails about. Yeah, there we go. And beautiful decay. I mean, I guess I'm listen to that softest. Just very delicate, very delicate. Let's just get the Bartok. Yeah, there we go. Yes, that's, you hear that snap. Yeah, that bam, that slap. So let's just see. Dun, 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 dun. And my friend Reed Roosevelt is in the house. Good to see Reed. Let's see. Okay, so do the swells and crescendos sync to tempo, or is it just whatever they are?
No, they are not synced to tempo, but it's definitely something we could make like for an update if people request it. Yeah, I think they have been recorded at which tempo. I think it's a tempo that is really that suits many styles, and having it like with both short and long versions really helps. Like if you want to just like to have it like in rather fast or slow pieces. So yeah, if people want it like to be exactly like mapped to the tempo,
Yeah.
why not requesting it? And yeah, we could eventually make an update. Yeah.
So this is the long swell, and then I think the key switches, like what you said, you can adapt to whatever the mood is for and be able to kind of go in and out. So this is the short swell. So it kind of goes up and then back down a little bit. And then the long swell. I don't know, the sound that you captured is just so, I don't know, it's just so warm. There's a warmth, and I don't know. It's like some violins come across, it's like there's none of that. There's no. It's like it's just like it's just so velvety and it's like you don't have to do anything to it. It's just like it's just there. Um, and I'm gonna go ahead and switch the tree mic on, because we were using the Outriggers, and that'll kind of give us an interesting. Okay, so these knobs are, yeah, okay, so they're panning over the microphone positions. We've got panning locations, and so, oh yeah, so Owen Bolig, Maxime, he is a fabulous Kontakt instrument programmer, and so he's got a little nerdy question. Did you
All right.
apply modulator tables connecting velocity to volume to transition between the dynamic layers?
Modulator. No, like the short answer is no. It's I mean like it's related to velocity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like velocity basically, it's for the legatos, for instance. The more the harder you hit a key, the more it will push the sample start of a legato sample. So
Okay.
you will basically have less and less of the transition. So the note will be the more and more direct. And
cool.
so it doesn't really, so it's not really connected to the volume. It's much more like to the like for the legatos, it's much more like in terms of like sample start placement. And yeah, like for other articulations, yeah, for the sustains, for the first note, the velocity controls the attack. So
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let me just go back and let's see. Cool. Okay, so a little bit of the swells, and Consordino has got to be one of my favorite articulations. So I've got the tree mic on, and let's just take a look at that. And I say look, but it's like we see with our ears. We see with our ears. When I hear a sound, it just paints an entire landscape of. I'm telling you, I don't know. It's just hard to put into words. It's hard to put into words what you're hearing. And let's see. And we've got. So does the vibrato affect the Consordino?
The vibrato does only affect like for the sustains and marcatos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other ones are also a sort of, and this makes the library kind of the way it sounds like it's never totally vibrato nor totally non-vibrato. Like if you listen, for instance, like for the swells, like we really took our time having the exact amount of non-vibrato at the start, and then slowly going into vibrato and then dialing back to non-vibrato. So
Wow.
this is why every patch, we honestly could have sampled each articulation with let's say 3 vibrato layers, but then the swells would have been, you would have to manually go back from non-vibrato to vibrato to strong vibrato, and then go back to non-vib, for instance. But my approach is I like having good samples right at your fingertips, and you
Yeah.
don't have to do much basically. So so this is why the sustains let you the most control over the sound with different dynamic layers, vibrato layers, and attacks. So soft, regular, accentuated, and very soft. Also, I forgot. And but like for the other articulations, you have less control, but the sound is much more colored in a way. And
Okay.
you just have like to press the key. You can obviously control the dynamics, but then you have a bit less freedom to shape the sound because it's supposed to sound as is.
Well, you use the term organic quite a bit, and I think that kind of speaks to your approach, that you're just not cookie cutting articulations. Like things have got they've got different personalities for different things. Okay, so David, I saw this, and I've got this sitting here. Um, I've got this shimmer verb sitting here. So what we'll do,
Yeah.
I'm just going to put.
Did I tell you about the tip, Simon, about the Valhalla Shimmer tip?
I think you mentioned soothe, and I don't have soothe, but I've
Yeah.
got the Valhalla shimmer verb. So what?
Yeah.
So what? So what is there a preset that you like on shimmer verb that you use?
Concerto.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's see
at
if we've got.
50%.
Oh wow. Okay. You know what? For some reason, I can't get these big stereo. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, there we go. Concert hall, and mix at 50%. And what did you say?
And then you just let it the way it is. I
Okay.
mean,
Okay.
I'm a preset guy. I don't like turning knobs that
Yeah.
much.
Okay. So this is the shimmer verb with
Maybe 50% is too much, but we will see. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
about creating. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's go for this. Let's see what happens here. And let that ring. It's so tender. It's so tender and sweet. Wow.
You could try to turn on the legato for the concertinos, maybe.
Oh.
Because we emulated a concertino legato as well for those ones.
Ooh.
But I don't know how it's.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Let's see.
Do you have portamento on the concertino or no?
Yeah, but you have to press the key really soft, and I know my keyboard can play I mean, it's easier to trigger the velocities, but you can upper the
Okay.
portamento velocity. Yeah.
There we go. And so can you change the velocity curve? And I don't think you can. I don't think you can change a global velocity curve, but you have that control with the individual shifts. I guess the legato shifts. So for you can set the velocity range. So I guess in essence, you can kind of tweak it that way. But there's not a velocity curve setting that I see for like a global velocity curve.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
What you can do maybe is to go into Kontakt, and then you have like these multi-scripts, I guess they are called. When you click like on the upper right KSP
Okay.
button,
Let's see.
not there. You have to go back to this
Yeah.
full view of Kontakt, and then there's this little KSP button. Yeah. And then normally you can have like you have a, yeah, if you click on it, yeah, you have like preset. You click on it and maybe on the factory and then transform, and I think like there's some MIDI kind of tweaking thing. Change
Yeah,
velocity.
change velocity. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And then we can adjust. Yeah, so that there we can adjust the global. Yeah, so there you can adjust the global curve.
Yeah, that's a hack.
Yeah, in the KSP setting there. Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah. Cool. Okay, let's go back out of that. Yeah, there's so many things hiding inside a Kontakt. Yeah, it's just it is just so crazy.
Yeah, but make sure maybe like to bypass it if you don't want it to be active still. You re-click on it and you click on bypass, for instance. Yeah, and then you can because otherwise it would still keep being active.
Yeah.
And I know you're surely familiar with your keyboard enough.
Yeah, this is this Casio has got a little it's got a nice soft touch to it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and reload the main, so we can just make sure we got everything just kind of back to square one again.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, we're just experimenting. Yeah, we're just experimenting with the shimmer verb, just to kind of get a crazy, just some crazy things. Okay, there we go. Let's check out the flautando, and that's like flute, almost like flute-like. Very soft. Now let's see. Let's turn on legato for. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so we've got legato for flautando and soltasto. And we're still using the Outriggers, and you've got some surround mics as well. Let's just turn those on. Ooh, man. And you can hear the room. Let's turn those down just a little bit. And turn the legato back on. And then we can turn those release tails off. I think that is a fantastic, so we can adjust that room decay, because there's quite a bit there when we have the surrounds on. And let's see, let's check out the harmonics. Just very fragile and delicate. Wow. Wow. And the tremolo sopran. Oh, wow. And having these different mic positions really help you to sort of fine tune the sound, like spot 2. Wow, really amazing. Okay. Oh, one of the fun things that I found is on the marcato. The marcato articulation is really fun because it goes between kind of like a short and a sustain, which is kind of an interesting concept.
Yeah. Yeah. Like while you're drinking, I can maybe explain it a little bit. It's just because I tend to enjoy sample libraries in general, not from, from orchestral tools, obviously, but also like from other developers as well. And I very much like this concept of, just bypassing key switches totally and having like just some sorts of like performance patches, even if you maybe are not able to go as deeply into the detail of how it behaves. But I was like, we can have both. We can have like all our articulations, articulate with like 21 here, but also like a performance patch. Some companies make only performance patches. That's great, and they have their uses, and that's really fantastic. But I was like, I'm just going to try to implement it into the library as well. And so basically what it does, it triggers automatically between spicatissimo and spiccato samples as well as sustains. And you can also play legatos with them. And so yeah, it's really a patch designed to be where you could play with nothing but your with the mod wheel. And yeah, so I really like using it without legato mode because you can really make like some fast chords and then like maintain some sustains and then play with the mod wheel and go like very quiet. Yeah, so it's really designed to be a fun patch.
Yeah, having the mod wheel to be able to do dynamics as well as velocity, it gives you the best of both worlds. So you. Okay, so we're not, right now we're not, it is all with the mod wheel here. Okay, let's see. See, like right there, you go from those shorts. So it's all in there.
yeah, great playing. I mean, like the library is worth nothing if you cannot play well, and obviously you do. So
Wow.
that's great.
Well, we talked about this. It just kind of it kind of plays you. It kind of gets under your skin.
Yeah.
And to have the flexibility of having those things baked in, so you don't have to worry about key switches. So like what you say, the technology doesn't get in the way of the playing, or it doesn't get in between the musician and the instrument, because the musician can connect with the instrument and bring out their own heart and their own performance. So you hand them this beautiful instrument, and they bring to it. You give them the tools that they can bring to it. What's inside of them, and that's fabulous. So I tell you what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and give away a copy of Iconic Violin to somebody, and then we'll be right back for some. We've been having a lot of fun. I hope I'm so glad that you're here with us, and I hope you guys are enjoying this time with Maxime and Iconic Violin. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go and let's see. I'm going to fire up the Wheel of Fun, and let us just give somebody a copy of this. It's just such a joy to be able to do this. And thank you, Maxime, for being so generous with allowing us to have a giveaway copy. So, and we're gonna have some gonna have a few thoughts before we move on to our next fun. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, where are we here? Ba-dum-bum-bum. Gonna make sure everybody is here. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. This is for a copy of Iconic Violin, and good luck, everybody. Here we go. Digivolt. Congratulations, and just going to write this down. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Okay, so we're gonna go back. Here we go. Okay. Don't touch the power off. Okay, so just share, I guess, if anything, just share some your final thoughts about this instrument, and I'm just trying to make sure I'm covering some of the questions. So yeah, so give us some of your final thoughts about this instrument, and where you think the future is heading for Maxime.
Sure. I mean, like, I'm first of all, I'm very happy to see that people enjoy the library. Also, those who have already bought and downloaded it. I mean, because it's always a thing, like marketing stuff and so on. And people are, and I totally understand, you're always like a bit, kind of cautious. Yeah, maybe they are trying to hide this and that. But, with Iconic Violin, I really tried to have like a fun library with good sounds straight out of the box. And just, that's also kind of why I did this library. I was like, I want to bring something new that corresponds to what I like to hear. And yeah, so I'm very glad. I think I picked up the right violin player, who is a fantastic player. I like her a lot, and I can't thank her enough for this project. She was very patient, and she knows what we had to do to get to this result. And so I'm very yeah, I'm kind of very much enjoying to see that people are responding quite in a quite positive way to it, because it's a very personal project. It's not supposed to be, let's say, a perfect representation of a virtual violin. By no means. It's something that where I put a lot of my own vision of it into the library, into my approach, into how I programmed it. You know, it's designed to be very intuitive and to have like good sound straight out of the box. It's definitely not a sample modeling library, to be honest. You know, it's not the kind of library where you have to shape the performance so as it sounds good. It's supposed more to be something that really just you hear a performance, and then you're basically having like some organic sounds that flow from one note to another, and you maybe have less control, but you have, you know, that's what you said earlier. You're being kind of, you know, the library moves you in a way, and you can
Yeah.
interact with it. So I like this idea of you know, like a sort of duet, I guess.
Yeah.
And
It is. Yeah.
I think it's once in on VI Control on this Composers Forum, someone once said that he wanted another library like the Majestic one, where you have like built-in performances, and it was like, you know, it's a sample library. It's just samples. It's not very much performances. But then I really thought a lot about what he was actually meaning with it, and I think it's really the way of recording samples in a way that lets the musicians really speak, and not being like totally under strict control of how they have to play, but more trusting them in the fact that they will play it right.
Yeah.
And then afterwards you can play some melodies where the notes are alive, basically. So yeah, thank you very much
Man.
for having me here and saying a few words about iconic violin.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here with us. And speaking of majestic horn, that's a fantastic instrument. And if you guys don't have majestic horn, that's something that you need to pick up. It's very, very economical and full of, you know, the same heart. You know, so pick that up as well. But yeah, so this is just a beautiful beginning for your journey, I guess, this new chapter. And we cheer you on. We wish you all the best, and thank you so much for being here today and sharing your heart with us. And I hope you come back for the next entry in the iconic series.
Yeah,
Iconic,
there will be, there will be.
iconic cello, maybe, or is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Majestic Horn's €2, so that's just like a no-brainer. And yeah, Reed is a huge fan of solo opera, so yeah, that's definitely a pickup as well. So yeah, you got a lot of fans, and
Thank you
I'm
so
a
much.
I'm a big fan, and I so
Yeah,
appreciate you.
I don't deserve it, but I appreciate it a lot. It's very encouraging. I mean, especially since, you know, like this whole new chapter, you know, like starting StreamTech music is kind of something that honestly is risky for me, because, you know, I'm putting a lot of time, a lot of efforts into this, and I'm just so glad that people do recognize some of what I did, like, you know, like for projects like Majestic Horn and Solo Opera in this new library, which is Iconic Violin. So,
That's
you know,
great.
I try to, you know, to keep doing things the way I think they sound good. And yeah, again, I already recorded a few other libraries. They need to be worked on too. And yeah, if I could be a guest for these ones, that would be a
Absolutely.
pleasure as well.
Yeah, you have an open invitation, my friend. So
Oh, that's great.
until we meet again, Godspeed and blessings on you and your endeavors. And I cannot wait to see you on the next joyful journey.
Thank you so much. See
Okay,
ya. Bye bye.
bye bye.
See ya.
So that's Maxime Luft, and man, what a fantastic musician, and man, what an honor to have him here with us today. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So make sure you check out all the links in the description for more information about Iconic Violin. And you know what I'm going to do? I am going to, Xenos. I need to actually check that out because I'm a little familiar with the score, but not completely. But I think what we're going to do, I'm going to take a little stretch, and then we're going to come back and take a look at POSTFELT just for a quick look at POSTFELT. And so just stick around. We're going to have more giveaways and more fun, more joyful journeys ahead. So hang in there, and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Coming back. Wasn't that wonderful to have Maxime with us today? What a fabulous experience, and so good to have had him with us today. Wow, so welcome back. This is Simeon from PraiseTracks.com. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to just take another quick journey to something new that just came out this past week. So welcome back, everybody. So yeah, so we've got, we had Iconic Violin, and it's currently at 69 euros. So that is a fabulous opportunity to pick up this beautiful instrument and to support Maxime's new venture with this. And you can learn more about the instrument and what has gone into putting this beautiful instrument together. So yeah, and if you missed the first part, man, just go back on the replay, and then I'll also be posting an edited version for us to enjoy, just to share this beautiful moment. And thank you again. So let's take a look at the latest from Jon Meyer, and a lot of you are familiar with Jon's work with Piano Book and some of the Piano Artist series with the feathered flute, and he's also just released Soft Drums, which is another product. But what is POSTFELT? Well, POSTFELT is the Meyer felt, but reimagined, and a very beautiful piano that he's actually has in his own studio. So if you watch any of his videos, you'll see that beautiful upright piano right there in his studio there. So we're going to just take a quick playthrough of this. It's currently at $39, and what a beautiful instrument this is. So here we go. And you do need the full version of Kontakt in order to use this instrument. And let's see, we're going to go and pull this up here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, here we go. So this is POSTFELT, and of course you need the full version of Kontakt to use this. And so the default setting here just has us with 3 mic positions. You have the pure, which is the U47, the body, which are some coals in the back. And I'm just going to turn off the body and felt, and we'll just kind of play through some of these. Ooh. And I'm going to turn the layers off. Just a beautiful tone. Here we go. And it's a soft, romantic piano. I think he captured this very nice. Got a little EQ, and then you've got the release samples. Oh, yeah. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, that adjusts the hammer back and all that stuff. It's just got a really neat personality to it. Very beautiful sound. Let's go with the body, which are the coals, and it's in the back. So they're pointing at the back of the soundboard. And I love ribbon microphones. So you don't get the attack of the hammers. You're just getting the soundboard. Let's see. Let's go to listen to that. And what you would use this body for is to just add a little body to the rest of the piano, and you can blend these three together. So let's listen to the felt microphone. And you hear that little smack where the hammers are hitting the felt. So this felt piano was just not a muffled type of felt where it's not triple felted or whatever. It's like, it's just got that character of having that beautiful felt just drop down right in front of the hammers. It's quite bright, you know. That percussiveness of having those hammers hitting the felt are really cool. It sounds very cinematic to me. Yeah, it's very cinematic. It's got a very cinematic sound. Give me a little bit more here. And it comes, you know, you hear these themes. Beautiful. And then we can just, you know, fine tune with EQ, and you got a low pass filter on the felt layer where we can darken it, make it a little bit darker, and then mix it in with the pure samples, the pure microphone. And then the body, we can blend in a little bit more just to add a little more warmth to it. And we don't want to neglect talking about the layers. So we've got all sorts of different additional layers that we can have. So we can turn these layers up, and I'm just going to turn off the ones that I'm not using. There we go. So you got a chorus layer. We can blend those. Very, very nice character. Let's go through a couple of the snapshots that we have. So distant float, this is kind of cool. So this is using the reverse layer. and then we can turn on the... got a little delay going on. Yeah, the layers really make it fun. Dreamland, we've got room, echo, tape. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, we do. Let's see. Okay, come on. Oh, no. Okay, come on. Let's see what we got going on. I've got a spinning. No, okay, come on. Okay, let's see. Let's just wait and see. Okay. No, we don't want to end. So something, when you're doing stuff live, you always run the risk of running into finding a bug or something. So what I'm going to do, just give me 1 second. I'm going to restart the DAW, and we can just get right back to it. So stand by. Okay, let's see. Oh, come on. Hey, we're back. We are back. And let's... okay. Okay, I've got a little extra something there. Okay, there we go. We're back. So we're checking out a couple of these. This is Dreamland. The layers just bring it to another level. And listen to that. Got a neat tape echo going on. Very beautiful. Okay, let's see. Hammer tinkle. Okay. Oh, I don't know where they come up with all the names for these. That is so cool. That's fun. Wow. Okay, so let's see. Owen? Yeah, For some reason, I'm not having the usual problems with CPU. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah, good, 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 good. Yeah, so when you have a fader all the way down, it will bypass that, and that will take the load off the CPU. That's great. Yeah, sometimes you forget. Sometimes you forget and leave stuff on, and so that's kind of a really cool way to make sure that you've got all of those signals. Um, it's beautiful. Okay, so Twin Star. Now, I think this might be my favorite. Yeah, this is like my favorite. The pitch, you see the pitch layer. The pitch layer just brings something so beautiful to this. Um, and what this does, this just lets, this is just a recording of an octave higher. It's pitch shifted up higher. So you're basically kind of doubling the notes, but up an octave. It almost sounds like a glockenspiel or a beautiful bell tone. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Let's turn on the echo. It's beautiful. There are so many beautiful pianos out there, and I love sharing every one of them with you. Each one comes from a different place, Every developer has a different place that they bring to us. They bring us into their world. So this is Twilight Chime. Okay, again, using the pitch. Just having that little extra top layer. And I had this, I had this on from the last live stream, the duality strings from VSL. And yeah, so I still have these loaded in here. And I tell you what, I can't get past the full string range. And so I've been layering these. This is with duality strings. I don't know. These strings just bring something so beautiful. Let's see, let me make sure I get back on my... I love the pitch and the pluck. love that. Wow. Yeah, Jeremiah. Yeah, just POSTFELT and the new duality strings, the full range strings with the slow attack, the soft attack, and the soft release. I'm just I'm loving that combination, using those strings with the piano. I love that combination. Yeah. So let's go through another couple of the snapshots, and yeah, Twin Star, Twin Star. I think it was what. Yeah. So I'm going to. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, Owen. It's just like just focusing on what matters. Capturing the character of a sound. Yeah, having that pitch, that pitch layer just really brings that like a nice, fun, childlike quality, dreamy like. Okay, so you know what? Let's give someone a copy of POSTFELT, and I want to thank Jon Meyer for providing a copy. Yeah, it is kind of like it is kind of like some of that. Yeah, you got to do those. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun, but it's in the instrument, and so it brings something so cool, out. Okay, so let's give away a copy of POSTFELT, and Cherry Sound. Okay. Cherry Sound. Now Cherry Sound, it was like, I think it was maybe even the last live stream, and I think you missed a giveaway, but thankful you got to get a copy of POSTFELT. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, so I just want to go back to this. I just want to go back to this real quick. And Steph, absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to, I want to do more of these. I love getting behind and meeting the people. What I say, the people behind the code. So, yeah. So it's just beautiful. So I'm going to pull up. The duality strings again. I just love this combination. And I'm going to pull the pure up a little bit. Now this is, again, is duality strings and the POSTFELT. Let's put a little more body in there. Okay. Are you ready? This has just been such a wonderful time together. And I just want to share this with you. I want a little bit more. And thanks, Jon, for allowing me to experience POSTFELT and sharing all of these beautiful instruments. And thank you, everyone, for just being a part of this beautiful, joyful community. When somebody loves you, it's no good unless they love you. All the way, happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you. All the way, taller than the tallest tree is, that's how it's gotta feel. Deeper than the deep blue sea is, that's how deep it goes if it's real. When somebody needs you, it's no good unless he needs you. All the way, through the good and lean years, and for all the in-between years, come what may. Who knows where the road will lead us? Only a fool will say. But if you'll let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way, all the way. Who knows where the road will lead us? Only a fool can say. Oh, but if you'll let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way. If you're going to love someone, if you're really gonna love someone, you've got to go all the way, all the way. And it's such a blessing. Debbie and I are looking at celebrating 37 trips around the sun together. And that's the kind of commitment that you have to have. You know, it's gotta go all the way through the good and lean years, through the ups and the downs, because there is so much There's so much that's out there, so much joy, and I can't wait to see where the road is going to take us, and also to see where the road's going to take us next time as we embark on another beautiful, joyful journey together. Again, I want to thank Maxime Luft from his new StreamTech music sample library company. I want to thank Jon Meyer for providing another beautiful library for us to all enjoy, POSTFELT. And most of all, I want to thank you who make this truly a joyful community. And so I can't wait to see you next time. And until then, stay joyful, and I'll see you soon.